four-wheel drive. Sweat on my brow, I'll burn the midnight oil. Lap after lap, carve my name in the soil. 100 ways to crash, but not tonight. I chase the line, I earn my fight. Pedal down, no fear, I'm taking flight. This track, this race, it's mine tonight. Qualifying ghosts, I'll float them down. Every corner's mine, I own this town. Tires scream, my setup's tight. I've bled for this win in the virtual light. 100 ways to crash, but not tonight. I chase the line, I earn my fight. Pedal down, no fear, I'm taking flight. This track, this race, it's mine tonight. No resets, no excuses, I pay my dues. Study every apex, I've got nothing to lose. The pack's behind me, checkers in my sight. I'm the king of this over, I'm winning tonight. 100 ways to crash, but not tonight. I've chased the line, I've earned my fight. Pedal down, no fear, I'm taking flight. This track, this race, it's mine tonight. No resets, no excuses, I paid my dues. Studied every apex, I've got nothing to lose. The pack's behind me, checkers in my sight. I'm the king of this over, I'm winning tonight. No resets, no excuses, I paid my dues. Studied every apex, I've got nothing to lose. The pack's behind me, checkers in my sight. I'm the king of this over, I'm winning tonight. No resets, no excuses, I paid my dues. Studied every apex, I've got nothing to lose. The pack's behind me, checkers in my sight. I'm the king of this server, I'm winning tonight. Shift up, hold steady, I'm crossing that line. I race in glory, this moment's mine. Pedal down, no fear, I'm taking flight. This track, this race, it's mine tonight. Burning and pixels collide. Steel and rubber in a world online. Every corner's a war to survive. Lead foot's keeping the fire alive. Engines in the void, thundering loud. Virtual tracks, but the crowd still shout. Through the crash and the flame we rise again. Lead foot TV, where the night won't end. Screaming sparks in the haze. Metal hearts locked in digital rage. Every lap is a line in the sand, driven faster by a ghostly hand. Lead foot TV, lead foot TV, lead foot TV. Engines in the void, thundering loud. Virtual tracks, but the crowd still shout. Through the crash and the flame we rise again. Lead foot TV, where the night won't end. Tires screaming sparks in the haze. Metal hearts locked in digital rage. Every lap is a line in the sand, driven faster by a ghostly hand. Lead foot TV, lead foot TV, lead foot TV, lead foot TV, lead foot TV. TV. Lights on the horizon, fire in the veins, every lap written in blood and chains. The track remembers, it takes its due. Legends falling and legends break through. Let for TV feel the ground ignite, through the smoke and fire into the night. Slow and heavy, the storm begins. Glory is calling, only one wins. Lights on the horizon, fire in the veins, every lap written in blood and chains. The track remembers, it takes its due. Legends falling and legends break through. No retreat, no disguise. Engines awaken under blackened skies. One by one, the echoes rise. Let for TV, the fire never dies. Let for TV feel the ground ignite, through the smoke and fire into the night. Slow and heavy, the storm begins. Glory is calling, only one wins. Only one wins. Only one wins. Only one wins. No retreat, no disguise. Engines awaken under blackened skies. One by one, the echoes rise. Let for TV, the fire never dies. You talk too much, but the track don't lie. Quit stalling out, quit wasting time. Let me wait for this, pedal to the floor. Quit whining, drive like you want more. Quit whining and drive, feel the fury ignite. On the foot TV, it's a battle tonight. Quit whining and drive, leave it down in the dust. Steel and fire is the throttle we trust. Webbing doors at 200 strong. The weak get wrecked, the brave roll on. Every lap's a war, no mercy inside. If you came to complain, step off the ride. The timer's ticking, the engine's roared. Whine and drive, that's what it's for. From the sims to the screen, it's the edge of your seat. Burning rubber where legends compete. Quit whining and drive, feel the fury ignite. On the foot TV, it's a battle tonight. Quit whining and drive, leave it down in the dust. Steel and fire, it's the throttle we trust. Lights out, hearts pounding, the countdown scream. You're strapped in the cockpit of a digital dream. No tears, no fear, just a checkered sky. Quit whining and drive or get left behind. Quit whining and drive or get left behind. Quit whining and drive, let the wild take control. On the foot TV, it's a race for the soul. Quit whining and drive, leave it down in the dust. Steel and fire, it's the throttle we trust. Green flags alive. Quit whining and drive.
Welcome into Leadfoot TV. I am your announcer, Chris Golden here, alongside my producer, Tracy Brown. This is the SoarDogg Cup Series with NSRLA, and today we are taking on the Monster Mile, Miles the Monster here at Dover. 200 laps, 200 miles. So we're looking at our stages here as we get into this thing. Stage 1 is going to be at lap 50. Stage 2 at lap 100, and then there is a very long stretch, 100 lap run in that final stage to the end. They get 3 sets of tires in the pits, no fast repairs, and we're going to have unlimited green-white checkered attempts. And these guys with their fuel is going to be set at about 85% fuel. So that's about 85 laps per tank. So should be able to get all the way through stage 1 and then partially even or yeah, halfway through stage 2 before they even have to make a pit stop here. Couple notes that I have. EOLs. The 10 car of Derek Skladell and the 42 of John Freeman will be receiving EOLs to start this race. And a little bit of a kind of a fun thing we have here with NSRLA, if we can get that graphic up there, Tracy, for our in-season challenge. Now, this is going to show everyone who has already been eliminated. You'll see there Andrew Allen, Caleb Jones, Stephen Gill, Jordan Bridges, Isaac Brock, Stephen McComas, Sam Longworth, Matt Montgomery, Jason Steptoe, Noah Ganger, Charles Robertson, and Travis Bieber have all been eliminated. So after this race, it's going to cut down to the final 4. As you can see there, the 4 that are above and the 4 that are below that cut line. And Alex Pollock, Brock Whiteman, Jose Mercado, and Dustin Lewis need good showings tonight to make it into that final 4, while Isaac Wilson, Evan Janik, Jerry Salidas, and Travis Gilbert are locked in right now. So the top 4 are going to advance to the championship of that in-season challenge next week. Now, we've got that out of the way. We're here at the Country Candles 200 at Dover. Let's run through your starting lineup here. On the pole, no surprise here, Evan Janik in that 60 car, point leader currently for the NSRLA SoarDogg Cup Series. Alex Pollock right there on the outside starting row 1. Row 2, Dale Beck in the 67, Isaac Wilson in the 93. And a name we're very familiar with here, Dustin Lewis in that 33 will be starting P5. Jose Mercado, also a great up-front runner here in the NSRLA SoarDogg Cup Series, will be starting 6th. Travis Bieber and Jerry Salidas will be 7th and 8th. Row 5, Josh Chrisman and Samuel Longworth round out your top 10. Tracy, I'll let you take the next.
Yes, then we got Ryan Bidler, Brock Whiteman, Joshua Thornton, Andrew Allen, Jason Steptoe, Gino Falante, Stephen McComas, Travis Gilbert, MJ Pummers. We take the SoarDogg green flag.
Hey, we couldn't have timed that any better, Tracy, and we are off already into turn 1, the 60 and the 92. 92 has had a couple good runs here with Pollock the last few weeks. He's been running a lot better. He had some bad luck early on in this season, but as of right now, great qualifying start here, and he is right there with our leader, Janik. The question is, no one has really been able to hold on to Janik once he gets out front this year. Is that going to change here at Dover? I'm willing to bet that we're going to find out here shortly, as we already have one down on the apron. Looks like the 44 of Gilbert, currently 17th. He actually qualified. I believe he was second or third fastest in practice. Not sure, but he is a lap down. Him and McComas in the 70 are both a lap down, and I heard some contact off the wall there somewhere. Not sure if they had a little scuffle there first lap, but they're both definitely one lap down here. But back to the action as we're rolling through here. These guys have gotten single file very, very quickly. We are not going to have much time to breathe here in this race. It is Dover. Things happen very fast here. And we'll give a shout out to Frank Griffith. So let's go Sam Longworth. Steptoe, man. So he must not be a Steptoe fan, but he's all for Sam Longworth. So we're going to see how that plays out here. So Longworth currently in P11, Steptoe P15. As you can hear these cars bottoming out through the corners. I believe that's what we're hearing there, Tracy. What does that sound like to you?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right there, Chris. In fact, with these cameras here, the microphone's so loud I actually had to dial back the cars just a hair. But this particular track, man, it is tough on man or driver and machine. Tough on the tires, got a unique landing in both turns 1 and 3. And on top of that, this track is definitely a self-cleaning track, very similar to Bristol. So if you do mess up, odds are somebody's going to come back down in front of the path of the guy coming up behind him. But
for sure, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're okay. I was agreeing with you. I'm saying this place is it's been compared to a roller coaster. The way you dive off into the corner and it seems like the world falls out from beneath you, and then you come up on top of a hill as you come out of the corner, and the car gets light, and right as you start to come down the straightaway and get back in the throttle. And that's going to be a huge challenge for these drivers. Is all about timing on corner exit, because you want to be able to get back in the throttle, but if you get in too soon, especially when that car is still very light, you're going to be looking at that inside wall in a hurry.
That is for sure. And of course, this track is also concrete, similar to Bristol. And so I believe, from what I understand, it's way more susceptible to temperature changes as well.
You are 100% correct. We think back to, I believe it was 2015 or 2016, a piece of the track actually came up and was run over by Jamie McMurray on the track, destroyed the front splitter of the car. He was actually running top 10 in that race, destroyed the front splitter. He put the car in the wall. So concrete tracks are a lot of fun, but they're very hard to figure out, and as you can tell, very, very dangerous. I mean, just 2 years ago here at Dover in the ARCA Menard Series, Amber Balkin hit the outside retaining wall coming out of turn 4 and broke her ankle. So it is a very dangerous racetrack, but it is very, very fun.
Fast, super, super fast for a 1 mile track.
Oh, absolutely. With the banking here, it's unreal. But what I'm looking at here, Tracy, as these guys complete lap 10 already, we're already on lap 11. These cars look very, very tight compared to what we're used to seeing at Dover, because we're used to seeing a lot of cars very loose on exit at Dover. But if I may attempt to decipher the reason why, if we can kind of pinpoint where these guys are picking up the throttle, I feel they may be picking up the throttle a little bit too early, and it's causing a very hard push on exit, rather than what you normally see is really getting good drive off, and these guys are just plowing that wall right now, coming out of every corner.
Yeah, you can hear the car bottoming out right there as you're riding along right now with Alex Pollock.
Absolutely. So you can see him, he kind of gets off in the corner. Picks up the throttle. Actually, almost a little late there. And you can see how much looser the car was on exit the later he picked up that throttle. I think if Alex could get that throttle pickup point. Oh, Dustin Lewis on the throttle earlier, and you can see there it put him in the wall.
And maybe that was the reason why Alex was being so easy on the throttle, because he had cars to the outside of him there. So,
for sure. And you see another car go by him there, Jose Mercado, also hitting the outside wall. Eventually, that's going to start taking a toll on these guys. You can only bounce it off the wall so many times here. Those walls don't move. Just watching here, kind of studying Alex go around this track and watching these other guys and watching their line. As we look at our Tracy Brown Gopher Cam, which we do not have a graphic for yet, but it is in the works. You guys will remember the early 2000s. They had the little Gopher Cam on NASCAR. We are bringing one to you guys here on Leadfoot TV. Working on getting a few new camera angles, a few new graphics. Tracy is working his magic as we present him with hilarious ideas.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to get the graphic up here for the Digger Cam or the Gopher Cam.
Yep. The only question now is which one we're going to use is the question, because we sent you a lot of them. We also have the Wayne. What did we call it? So they had the crank it up back in the day, where the announcers would just silence themselves and just listen to the roars of the engines. I miss the crank it up era. So our crank it up has actually been handled by Wayne Cannon, so we're going to call it the Wank It Up. Yep, definitely going to be the Wank It Up. And then our final one was the Tracy Brown 5 to go, I believe. I think that's all three of the new graphics that we're currently working on here at Leadfoot TV. It's going to be a blast here with NSRLA as well as the other leagues that we work with. These guys are all over that outside wall in every corner, Tracy. And I mean, I don't mean just a little. I mean, these guys are really knocking that thing down.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if there's, I'm assuming everyone's running a fixed setup. I could be wrong about that. Maybe you know, Chris, but sometimes those iRacing setups, they come out of the box a little tight. And once you start pushing, it's not going to get any better as the race goes on.
Yeah, 100%. The only way to get these cars to actually turn is to lift earlier and that allows you to get in the throttle earlier and have the car rotated before you get back in the throttle. That's really the only way to get these iRacing setups to turn, because like you said, they are so tight. You actually gain speed by lifting earlier into the corner, and it's unreal. You can tell who's figured it out already and who hasn't. I mean, we see Evan Janik out to 7/10 right now. Beck, a name we have not talked about much all season, P3 right now. He's a second and a half behind our leader, but P3 ahead of Lewis. And just looking back at our YouTube chat here, Frank Griffith, Steptoe's on my late model team, but he's faster than I am. So that's why he's not a huge Steptoe fan.
Understandable, Frank.
Well, he's probably a fan, but not a super fan, we'll say.
Yes.
I
would be, I'd be pulling for him, but I don't want him to outdo me, though.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. Through my years of racing, dirt track, ARCA, everywhere else, the guys you race the hardest are your buddies, because it makes it more fun. If you're racing a guy you don't like, you don't really race him. You just want to get away from him, whatever. But when you're out there with your buddies and your teammates, you're going to race them harder than anybody else, because you know each other the best. And plus, who do you want to beat more than anybody else? Your buddy that you could rub it into every other day when you see him in the shop. So,
right, little personal bragging rights.
Yeah, like for example, Alex Club last year at Berlin. A little story time here for everybody while we have a little bit of a lull in the action. He came around and was passing me at Berlin Raceway, and I just parked it on his outside. I mean, I gave him the bottom, but I just parked it on his outside, and I stayed there for 2 or 3 laps. And eventually he radioed to his spotter to tell my spotter to tell me to back off. So when the boss tells you to back off, you back off, but I was just having fun.
Well, the good thing that I found is you can race your friends a lot closer too, because if something were to happen, they're going to get mad, but they know it wasn't on purpose. Whereas, somebody you don't really know, now they're going to hold a grudge for a while. At least that's what I found.
For sure. Looking at Lewis now up into P3. Well, we shouldn't have talked about Beck, because he is now 6th. He has fallen way back. He lost an entire second the last 2 laps. So, and he's still falling. He must have absolutely had a major issue. Yeah, he is. These guys are knocking this wall down, Tracy. They're not going to make it through this race. There ain't no way, because there's too many guys just absolutely destroying this outside wall. Gilbert right there just ahead of the 67 of Beck. He is a lap down. He will be the lucky dog when they come back around, but currently he is 1 lap down. And just kind of watching here, Volante and Salidas are only 10 seconds from being a lap down as well. I'm not kidding, man. This is blowing my mind. Every single lap, somewhere in the field, I'm seeing somebody just absolutely knock the wall down. It's not the same guys. There's somebody different hitting the wall every corner.
Well, they are running composite bodies.
That's true. It should just pop right back out.
The body might be fine. I don't know about that right front wheel.
Yeah, right. We got some toe link issues for sure as Mercado makes a move on Lewis here. Going to shove it down underneath Lewis right there. Got his sights set on the 93 of Wilson as well, who moved into P2. Another one back there in the wall. 67 grabs the wall again. Looking back there, looking forward from Lewis. Mercado on the outside now of Lewis. Tried the inside, didn't work. Brought it back out to the outside. Now he is sizing up Wilson once again. Rough luck last night for Mercado over at in Vegas, where he ran with his other league. And the name escapes me at the moment for some reason. The EMSN series over there, he ran with on Monday. Tough luck at Vegas, but definitely moving to the front here, sitting in a podium spot currently, and looking at P2 as the 83 of Chrisman, who we also haven't talked about a ton this season up here in the top 5. And he's deciding to size up the 33 of Lewis as well. We got a couple guys in here deciding to show up and race today with our normal heavy hitters. A couple guys we hadn't got to talk about much this year coming out flexing a little bit of muscle here at Dover. Looking through: Beck, Whiteman, Bieber, Pollock, Thornton, Allen, Longworth.
Yeah,
Old buddy Bittler.
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt you again, Chris, but
oh, you're okay.
Jose Mercado, I noticed he typed into the chat last night after the race, and I know me and you were having a discussion on why would he would be, upshifting, I guess. But apparently he was still trying to make it to the pits, and I wonder if he was upshifting to try to slow the car down and just broke traction.
Probably so, because as I was thinking, because we downshifted into fourth, I was like, okay, he's trying to slow up, and I think he might have just went to third a little bit too soon. And when he did, it locked that rear end and spin it around. I'm willing to bet that's what happened to Jose last night, but that's the way the cards fall at Vegas.
Yeah, and we're looking at Alex Pollock right now. He's sort of off the pace here. Not sure if he's trying to save. No, I wouldn't think he's trying to save. I wonder if that wall has come up and bit him a little bit.
That's what I was thinking. I've been seeing a lot of yellow cars beating that wall down, and he's pretty yellow. You can see there that car is absolutely not turning, not even trying to turn in the corner. I don't know if he has damage, but watch here. He's down on the apron. He has a major issue somewhere because it looks like it is just absolutely not turning. I mean, down on the apron a little bit there, all the way down to fourth gear, and he was running full-on fifth gear earlier, losing lots and lots of lap time here. Our outside pole sitter with some major issues here, lap 39 of this race here at Dover.
Yeah, it looked like on that last lap, he was even dipping down on the apron, trying to de-wedge the car a little bit, to help it turn.
Exactly. I was thinking that as well. Yeah, you can see he's really got that wheel cranked. He's got some major damage on that 93 car, or that 92 car.
He does.
Well, 10 to go here in the stage. Janik still leads. Mercado has made his way up to second as the 93 of Wilson decides to try to knock the wall down. Interesting strategy from a lot of these guys tonight. Not panning out so far, but Mercado is actually gaining on Janik. He may try to steal this stage win, as we see the 83 of Chrisman taking that spot away from Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Mercado is definitely closing in on Janik here. This could get very interesting.
He gained 2/10 that last lap, and he got right up on the rear bumper of Janik. He just couldn't complete the pass. And remember with these next-gen cars how important air is. And as fast as these guys are traveling around this small oval, that's going to be amplified. Because you can see, right there, you can see Mercado got very tight on exit. He had the wheel cranked, and it almost came out from under him when it finally decided to set. But they are coming by Pollock here to put him a lap down. So Pollock will be the lucky dog. That's what Gilbert and McComas did not want to see. Because now Pollock will be that lucky dog, and Gilbert no longer is. Even though he's been up front with those leaders since lap 1, he is still a lap down. Question is, can he get by Pollock in the next 7 laps to get that lucky dog spot without the leader getting by Gino Volante?
Yeah, that's what I was just fixing to mention here. Volante is going to have to do his level best to stay in front of Janik right here, Brendan, until this stage comes to an end.
Yep, absolutely. Talk about somebody who's had really bad luck this year. Gino Volante we've talked about him a few times, but unfortunately for him, it's never really been good this season. He's either been facing the wrong direction or 4 tires to the sky, or just absolutely destroyed race cars, and it hadn't really been his fault. He's just been caught up in darn near everything trying to survive out there.
Yeah, and I think he's one of the few that I haven't noticed in the wall right now. Oh, as we got a caution.
Uh-oh.
And I hate to say it, I'm not going to mention it.
Oh. Oh, he missed pit road. We see the 67 in the wall again.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that would have brought out a caution, though. I mean, he's still rolling pretty good.
If you listen there, can we get an angle on his right front? It sounds like there's some major wheel damage in that right front. You can hear it there rattling around.
I'm searching. Believe it or not, I do not have a camera there.
Oh, there is one sitting sideways on the front straightaway.
Oh, that's what it was.
Gilbert, I think. 41, Whiteman. Oh, Brock.
I did notice, I did get an alert that Pollock was driving slowly. That's where I went, but apparently here we got an issue.
He had some help from the 93. He had some help from the 93 of Wilson here. Wilson gets tight, and right on around goes the 41 of Whiteman. Luckily, not a lot of damage, but I think that should take us to the stage break, but I do not have confirmation of that yet. Watch Isaac Wilson get really tight right here. He bounced off the apron. Watch him bounce off the apron there, Tracy. Oh, no, he didn't. My fault. I thought he bounced off the apron.
Well, the car definitely took off on him, and I mean, look,
you can even, man.
Yeah, he was even cracking the throttle and everything, but that car did not want to turn. We better head back to the live action before we get a green flag.
Yeah, for sure. Well, lights are still on here. We may have not a green-white checkered, but we may have a green checkered here. The old ARCA green-white checkered, which is just a one-lap shootout for the end of the stage. Janik, Mercado, Chrisman, Lewis, Wilson, Beck, Allen, Thornton, Bittler, our boy up there, the old magic mullet himself, and Bieber are your top 10. Whiteman and Gilbert.
I was going to see if they were going to start choosing up this lap.
They might on this one. Well, Gilbert beats the pace truck out.
That'll sort of
Gilbert,
give us a they're choosing up. Yep. So yeah, it's going to be what'd you call that? The ARCA stage break.
Yep, it's going to be they're going to go green at 49. So they'll get the green, they'll run 49, and then they'll get the white. Well, actually no, it'll be a true green-white checkered because they'll go 49 and then they'll run 50. So 2 laps to the end of the stage. So they'll run lap 49 and run lap 50 here because they'll throw the caution at the end of stage 50. So it'll be a true green-white checkered here for the stage. And just like we talked about last night, Tracy, this thing's about to get Western for the stage points right here.
Yeah, we have noticed that these guys will put the hammer down when it comes to those stage points.
Yep, Bittler, he's got him a couple stage points sitting right now in P9. Curious to see if he can gain on those or if he ends up outside of there.
Well, here we go.
Pace truck's off. Jose Mercado, Evan Janik up front. Chrisman, Lewis, Wilson. They're in the zone. They are off. Green flag sponsored by SoarDogg. Evan Janik in the wall. 67 in the wall. Gino Volante, they're piled up on the restart. Black Diamond Designs, yellow flag. Well, at least we know where to find this one, Tracy.
Yeah, this one should be fairly easy to locate, hopefully.
Let's see where this one started.
Oh, my goodness. Man, it
Wow.
just looked like there were several guys. Look up top, Lewis getting into the back of Janik, first of all.
Yeah, we'll start at the front here with Janik and just work our way backwards. I mean, Evan Janik gets turned by Lewis, gets into the outside wall. But they're able to keep it straight there. Then the mayhem breaks out behind him. Let's watch Lewis get up on Janik here. I guarantee you Lewis was trying to help Janik. Oh, he never touched him. Janik spun the tires on his own.
He did. I thought Lewis had gotten into him, but that's not the case. I take back what
No,
I was thinking.
right? Yeah, he definitely spun the tires on his own there. And let's look back here at the 25 getting into the 67. Big shot into the 67 already for the 25. He is on that rear bumper tight. Takes off. Just flat out just gets on him and won't get off of him and just turns him into the outside wall with Gino Volante.
I tell you, Chris, I'm not 100% sure. I think he might have spun his tires. Well, I tell you what, let's get on the nose of the 25.
Oh yeah, let's get the let's see here because I'm curious too. He sure did. He looked like he just spun the tires. He didn't look like there was any contact there.
And I'm wondering also how much internet plays into this, but also look at the 35. I think he spins his tires as well.
I'd say netcode these last 2 weeks with iRacing since the last iRacing update has been insane. In the Golden Racing League, we had one netcode incident of about 8 feet. It was a car length from nose to tail. It was a car length of netcode. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've got it on video saved. I have to remind me to show you later. It was absolutely the most insane thing I've ever seen. But it was an absolute car length from nose to tail door slam that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Well, look, both the 67 and the 35.
And the 13.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe somebody dropped some oil down there on the track.
I don't know. We had 4 cars all spin their tires right there. All at the same time.
Yeah.
Just tire spin, tire spin, tire spin.
That is very, very coincidental, isn't it?
Yeah. That will be the end of the stage. I missed the stage points there because we were reviewing that, but that was a tough one.
It was.
Janik, I believe, is going to be our stage winner.
Oh, he's filling out the steering, I guess.
Tracy, if you can, let's pull Evan in here real quick and see if we can get a quick word with him while he is working on the car there. Hey, Evan, Chris and Tracy up here in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. Well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you got the stage win there.
No, I was second.
Second? Okay, well, what the heck happened? Just a wheel spin or what?
Yeah, I even told my teammates, careful on the wheel spin, make sure you're in second, not first, and just be careful with it. And, I mean, it doesn't sound like I was the only one, but I was in third gear, half throttle, and it just went around on me. So, worn tires are definitely gotta be careful.
Absolutely. It was you and 4 others back there. I mean, the 35 of Volante, the 67, the 13, all of you guys just synchronized wheel spin. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. All of you went straight to the outside wall. But congrats on second for the stage. Who did that put as the winner of the stage, actually? Jose got the win. Okay. Oh, that's right, because the caution. Okay. Heck yeah, buddy. Well, hopefully you can get the little bit of damage you got there repaired and get back out there, and we'll see you up front again, I'm sure.
Oh.
Tracy, there we go. Now, on the restart here, the guy who brought out the original caution, the 41, sitting inside pole here to start this thing off, along with the 88. The old Sheets car starting outside pole. Pace truck's off. They're getting ready to go back green here. Green flag sponsored by SoarDogg. And they are off the 88 with a great jump. They're all trying to get single file quickly. Samuel Longworth, Frank Griffith's favorite driver tonight. And he goes around. Leader into the inside wall. Hey, Frank, that's what you call the broadcaster curse, my friend. Sam Longworth into the wall hard. Evan Janik, by the way. 100% my fault. I mean, heck, we got Evan Janik leads almost every lap until the last one of stage 1, and is now 3 laps down. Our stage 1 winner, Jose Mercado, currently sitting P10 because I'm assuming, I guess everyone else stayed out or they just beat him off a pit road. But Longworth, the 88, will be your lucky dog currently as they come back around. Whiteman still leading, Christman second, Wilson third, Steptoe fourth, Allen fifth, then Lewis, Thornton, Gilbert back on the lead lap, and then P8 now. Bieber and Mercado, or Mercado Bieber, your top 10. Rolling right along here. Everybody pretty much single filed out again. Be another short stage 2, as the next stage will be at lap 100. So these guys can make it all the way to the end of the stage on fuel. The ones who just pitted, anyway. The others that stayed out are going to have to flip stage 2, and that's going to throw a wrench into their strategy for the final stage for sure. But it may play in their favor, as we see the 44, a little bit of blinks there.
Yeah, I wonder if that was, played into him at the beginning of the race. He got lapped down almost immediately.
Maybe it was him and the 70 of McComas. Both were a lap down first lap, as he throws a heck of a slide job on the 25 right there. And the 25 of Thornton gives him the bumper. It's like, hey, man, I didn't really appreciate that. And he really lets him know that he didn't appreciate it as he puts him in the outside wall.
Oh,
wow.
Do we have beef, you think?
It's about to be Burger King off in here, I think, man. Tell you what, the 44 and the 25 are about to open up a brand new Arby's with the beef we're about to have in this race. Woo!
Yeah.
That I don't think Joshua liked that slider too much. He didn't think it was as cool as we did.
No, I don't think he appreciated it too much. Sometimes when you're sitting there, elbows up, doing all you can just to keep from wrecking, and then somebody puts you in a bad position, you'll bust a thermometer there with your temperature for a few seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those old things. We hear it all the time now, thanks to a couple drivers at the Dome a few years ago in St. Louis. You can't park there, especially when there is on somebody's hood. When you do that, it's a gentleman's agreement that you take your fate into your own hands. And, the 25 of Thornton decided to execute that fate.
Well, let's see. So that puts Gilbert, he's still in the top 10, only 5.2 seconds lap. 5.2 seconds behind, and still on the lead lap, but that probably didn't do that right front too good there. Yeah,
you can see that he's got a sail out there on the right front now. Lots and lots of damage, but so does the 25. Yeah, the right front really beat up on that car, but the 25 as well. If you look, the front bumper has been center punched on that 25, as we see, Bieber in the wall, and he almost gets taken out. Black Diamond Designs yellow flag. That scared me as one of the cars came by and almost wiped out Bieber sitting there on the track.
Well, here's Bieber.
Sorry, not Bieber. It was another yellow car then.
The
25.
Goodness.
There.
There is beef.
Okay.
There is beef. We have beef.
Grade A. Oh, there goes. Oh, and the 20 parks it on his hood. Or 70 of McComas.
Ooh. Oh, my goodness.
Grade A. Rump roast beef here at the Monster Mile, Dover, between the 25 and the 44. Before we get into that, Tracy, let's go back and review this caution. I think it might have been the 92 of Pollock. And then we'll discuss all the other happenings here.
I'm showing it was Steptoe.
Steptoe. I knew. Ooh, who was that gave him a little help there?
I thought that was Mercado, but yes,
Oh,
it was.
it was.
Yes.
You see Steptoe drift up a little. Then Mercado, as soon as he went to make that move under, got tight. A little over aggressive for my taste, but I'm not in the race car, Tracy, and that's one of those. I might have been a little impatience on Jose's part there, but what are you going to do? It's a spur of the moment thing. It's Dover, but Steptoe definitely in the wall. And I want to keep watching Steptoe here because he almost gets cleaned out by another car coming through here. It appeared from turn one. If we can flip that camera over to Steptoe real quick. I swore he came down and almost got wiped out by another car as he was sitting right there. Oh, the 70 of McComas.
Yes, that was very, very close.
Oof. And now let's head on over to let's watch the 44 here as they come around to the back straightaway. He's got the 25 lined up. And let's well, he throttled up. He's throttled up. Yeah, he's here to take care of business. As he puts the Country Candles 25 into that inside wall.
Yes.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it right there. He intended to take care of business, and he did.
I wonder, I'm pretty sure the message was delivered. I wonder if it was received.
Well, I'm not sure what's up with the 70 there. I don't know if they're teammates or whatever that may be. He comes from the top of the track all the way down to potentially express his displeasure with the 25 as well. I don't know. That's a new one on me. He's locked it up. He was definitely locked. That was odd. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, it was Bittler definitely. I think not Bittler. I'm sorry. The 44 of Gilbert definitely identified as a piece of mail there because he was going full send.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, he was, sir.
Well,
Wow.
that'll make Whiteman and Chrisman the men on the front row with the two teammates, Wilson and Allen, right behind them. And in the past, very, very aggressive teammates behind them in that second row right there of Wilson and Allen as they go back green in the SoarDogg green flag. Huge jump for the 41 of Whiteman. Chrisman still second. And, of course, Wilson and Allen door-to-door back there for P3 currently, but they're going to make a move, try to make a move at 83, but he slams the door on them. Rolling through the corner, coming to lap 70 there. It looks like, Tracy, bad news out of the pits. The 88 of Longworth, 15 laps down, assuming that's going to put him done for the day. Evan Janik still 3 down. Gilbert 3 down, Steptoe 3 down, and Salidas 2 down as they run currently. And we've got a battle for the lead here. Whiteman and Chrisman. Chrisman trying to make a move on that 41, the 83. He is all over the rear bumper, bottom to top to top to bottom. Going to try to get a huge run here, and he does, but he doesn't do anything with it besides shove it up his tailpipe. And he's probably about to give up this spot to Wilson here in the 93. Especially if he leaves a gap there on the bottom, Wilson is going to fill that gap in a hurry. We'll see if Whiteman goes high again here. He does. He's going to have a great run. He's going to dive underneath here and come out of the corner low. Got a great run on the 41 here. Can he hold it on the bottom? It's been very tight on the bottom. It's been the problem today. He can't quite get the momentum coming out to clear. May have him cleared here. He has been better in 1 and 2 as he kind of feeds him a quarter panel there. Moves the 41 up the track just a hair and takes that spot as they are rolling right on through this thing. Chrisman takes the lead.
The one thing that I like what Brock Whiteman is doing, he is almost driving defensively. He's giving these guys on the inside lane an additional lane in case they do start to push. And I think he's taking advantage of the high lane, trying to build some momentum up there as well.
Absolutely. And you can see Whiteman now battling right there with the 93 of Wilson, slamming the door on him as Wilson's teammates falling back to 5th. Jose Mercado has taken over that number 4 spot. They're all pretty much single filed out here. Left 75 of 200, 25 to go in the stage. Mercado running that high line, trying to get around here, but Crispin still leading the way, getting away from this front pack a little bit. He's out to almost a half-second lead as they're still battling the tail end of this pack, rolling through the field here. Still lots of cars left. We've seen a lot of carnage already, but lots of carnage. See right there, perfect example, the 87. Sorry, I got caught up watching the race for a second. Good Lord. It's like it's odd to say, but it's not super exciting racing for a fan. But from a driver perspective, I can really appreciate and understand the chess match that we're watching right here, Tracy. And there's lots of fans who appreciate it as well. The newer fans aren't going to be as excited about this. They don't see it as the flashiness of side-by-side, door-to-door racing, but you and I and others like us can really appreciate the chess match that we're watching right now throughout this field of tire conservation, fuel conservation, just sheer driver ability, and planning ahead so that they may give up a little bit in the stage, but it'll gain towards the end of the race. Lots and lots to consider here, and it's definitely not lost on us for sure.
Yeah, for sure, Chris, because, you know, as a driver, especially in iRacing, you know how the tires will go away in these things, and then you also know the result of your tires going away. And so they get harder and harder to control, harder and harder to make speed, and at the same time, you got guys coming up from both sides of you. You know, you're trying to defend at the same time, and before you know it, you're just working your tail off. And
they're around.
Yeah.
Jose Mercado, Black Diamond Designs, yellow flag. I saw that coming. The 93 of Wilson pinched Jose Mercado down very, very tight against that apron. And Mercado just got tight. He couldn't, if he lifted out of the throttle, he was going to wipe out way more guys. But you can see here, the 93 pins him down very, very hard on that apron. Just pins him down there. And that causes Mercado to check up and then essentially take out Allen's teammate. Takes out Allen, Wilson's teammate, in that melee. So the 93, very defensively aggressive, we'll say. We do love that term here, as he just pins Mercado to the apron.
Oh, my good. And look at the 96, man.
Yeah, look at that squeeze through there.
No. What?
Oh, no, the 96 gets wadded up in there. Yeah, the 93's teammate. Yeah, definitely lots of damage for the 96. The 23 of Bieber squeezes through.
Okay, we're riding on board with Allen right here. They get into it. Yeah. It's not as aggressive as it looked. Yeah.
Yep, definitely not a ton of damage there. You can see when Mercado got squeezed, it really slowed his momentum up. And that's what started this whole thing, was him getting squeezed down to that apron. I mean, you can only go down so far, Tracy, and his left sides were on the apron, so I don't really know what anybody expected from him there.
Yeah, I just don't think it's... At most tracks, like with the 93, you can run somebody tight and kind of hold them, pinch them down. But as it appears tonight, I think you're going to have to be a little bit more, in my opinion anyway, a little bit more defensive and give the bottom guy some slack there, because they're not able to hold the bottom, especially coming off of 2 and 4. Oh,
yeah, for sure. And that's one of those things. Everybody's going to race everybody differently. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to call that one, Tracy. I just you know I am usually very opinionated when we're not in the booth, but uh, I can't call that one what I would like to. We'll say that.
Well, I don't know how to put it either. It's almost like you kind of want to make some assumptions, but you don't know for sure that that was the situation.
Exactly. And that's why we couldn't. That's why I couldn't really call it what I wanted to, because you don't really know. We're not in the cars, so we don't know what the thought process was. But
And
darn, it sure looked. It sure looked over aggressive.
it did. It did. And I'm not familiar enough. Well, you know, I know some of these guys, the teams that they're on, but I'm not familiar enough to know if this is turning into almost like a team competition here, where one team member was done wrong and maybe the other team member is in a position to retaliate. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's possible. I mean, we do have Andrew Allen with Fast Living Motorsports. And we know that Jose Mercado is not associated with them, but neither is Isaac Wilson. So I don't know, but we're back green here. Crispin and Whiteman jumping out to the lead early. Whiteman right on the bumper of that 83, and he better be careful because these tires are cold, and we've seen what can happen when you're up on that rear bumper. Making them nervous here. Crispin, Whiteman, Wilson, Bieber, it looks like, as they cross the line. Yep, Crispin, Whiteman, Wilson, Bieber, Lewis, McComas in the 70 up there, P6 currently. Bittler back up there after that little melee earlier on the restart, sitting 7th. No pressure out back to the 25 of Thornton, the old Arby's general manager himself. Thornton at 25 bangs it off the wall. And Mercado and Allen will go on by Thornton there. We got Beck in 11th, Vellante 12th, Paul at 13th. Solitis will be your lucky dog currently. Janik's still 3 down. He's been able to maintain that 3 down gap. Gilbert maintaining a 5 down gap. And it looks like Longworth and Steptoe have both packed it in for the day potentially. Steptoe is now 20 down. He could still recover, get a couple positions if a couple of these other guys fall out, but as it stands currently, this is going to be where he's going to end up. He is 20 down at the moment, about to be 21. As you hear them still, these cars bottoming out every corner, and it has got to be a handful to drive these things.
It does, because you feel it. When that car bottoms out, you know, especially in a real life, you would definitely feel it. But even in these simulated cars here, you know, you get that feedback. Some of these guys may have a butt kicker. You definitely, most everyone, I'm sure, has a force feedback set on their wheels, so they're going to be able to feel it through the steering wheel. Maybe even a butt kicker or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's like I told you at the beginning of this race, man. This track right here, it's tough on driver and machine.
Oh yeah, man, this place will wear you out. Just heck, I'm getting tired just watching this thing because I'm thinking about these guys muscling these cars around this track, and I'm like, man, I'm getting wore out just watching them because you can tell that they have their hands full because these cars, I mean, just be honest here, man, these cars are driving like dump trucks right now. They are not turning for crap, and these guys have their hands absolutely full with these cars. And we are 10 to go right now, 10 to go, coming to the end of stage 2. Great look there on board. Jose Mercado looking back at the driver. Barry Performance, the old Valvoline 6 we've gotten used to talking about so much. Had him in the top 3 booth with us last week. Again, last week we'll say. Right now, currently P5. Looking to get some solid stage points here as we are now down to 9 to go currently. The 83 Josh Chrisman leading the way. Solid gap back to second of the 41.
Yeah, 8 laps to go. It's about time for everyone to, crank it up one more notch here.
Yep, for sure. These guys are really spread out, though, so I don't think there's going to be very much shuffling of positions. Solitis, after the stage, will get his lap back, so that'll be a positive there. And, of course, we have Janik 3 laps down. That will move Janik into the lucky dog spot. As you can see there, Mercado kind of moves him out of the way. He's like, hey, man, your lap's down. I got to get a move on here. Janik will be 3 laps down, but after the stage, he will be in lucky dog position. So 3 cautions, he's right back on the lead lap as it stands now. Well, 4 cautions, rather, since Solitis is 1 lap down. And coming to 6 to go here. Chrisman still leads. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just fixed to say, Chrisman, it looks like he has got this track figured out. He's diming into corners a little bit, it appears. That's helping him come off the straightaways without being all into wall. I wonder if he's going, see how he kind of comes up out of the center and then runs down the track coming off of turn 4. That lets him rocket down these straightaways here. Sorry, Chrisman, I didn't mean to give you a compliment there. So don't wreck.
It's okay. I'm glad you took over there for a second. I got a notification from Carson Hocevar a second ago. I was reading. But anyway, Chrisman and Whiteman.
Was he talking about how good the broadcast is?
Not yet, but I'm trying to get him on one of our broadcasts.
Oh, okay. Man, that'd be cool.
He's currently live streaming on TikTok, if anyone's curious.
That's what we need here is a good old-fashioned Cup car driver analyst.
Yeah, they can tell us about these things. 'Cause I don't know it. Past an ARCA car, I can BS my way through it, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Well, I think I've mentioned this here before earlier in the season. The last Cup car I drove was the COT. And that's where I just tossed the Cup cars to the side and started moving down the chain.
Ooh. COTs. God, I remember those. I was in junior high.
They were bad. I don't know how they drove in real life, but on the sim, it appeared to be just as bad to me.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure somebody somewhere loved those cars, but it wasn't me.
And we are on the white flag of the stage currently. Chrisman still leading, almost a 1-second lead over Whiteman.
And it looks like Allen may have ran Bieber up. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I had a little
Bieber.
Like, hello, man, cut me some slack.
Okay, well, this is coming to the stage. There it is. Allen's going to get that stage point over Bieber. But your top 10 for the stage, Chrisman, your stage winner, Whiteman, Lewis, Wilson, Mercado, Bittler with a P6. Allen, Bieber, McComas, and Beck are your stage point winners. Volante, Thornton, and Pollock on the outside looking in. Bad news for Solitis. Pollock pitted. He is now the lucky dog and back on the lead lap. I'm assuming, well, Solitis may end up being the lucky dog. I don't know how this is going to shake out, Tracy, but that is the end of stage 2. Janik now 10 laps down. He was only 3 down, so assuming he had another major issue there towards the end of that stage, costing him 7 more laps in the pits. Longworth and Steptoe looks like they have packed it in for the day. Gilbert 5 down, Solitis 1 down. And let's see here. Alrighty, so these guys are coming down pit road here. They are going to get a little bit of a break, and we are going to take one with them right here on Leadfoot TV. You guys stay with us because we have 100 laps nonstop for this next one. Stage 3 coming your way right after this.
And welcome back, everyone, to the final half of the SoarDogg Cup Series race here at Dover Speedway. The first half's been pretty doggone interesting. A lot of tempers flaring. Reminds me an awful lot of Bristol Motor Speedway. And here we go. We got another SoarDogg green flag. And somehow or another, Volante has worked his magic and is, I'm assuming he stayed out and is now in the lead. He'll probably get gobbled up here real quickly as we see the 83 of Chrisman go right around him to 41 now. Brock Whiteman is looking to the outside of Chrisman. This is going to be interesting here. Everyone should have new tires, or at least right sides, I'm assuming. But we had a good start. And we see the 63 of Salidas to the outside of the 67 in the back. It looks like everyone restarted really well here. So Chrisman still in the lead, but he's catching a little bit of fire from Brock Whiteman. And then we see the 33 of Lewis. Looks like he's creeping up, getting ready to make a move, see if he can slide into third position. He's currently working on a 93 of Wilson right now. So we've got some battle shaping up here.
Oh, sorry about that, Tracy. I was down on pit road having a word with a couple crew chiefs about our on-track incidents earlier. Mainly the 44 of Gilbert, who's currently 5 laps down. Still very, very heated about the earlier events. But essentially, the word from the pits, Tracy, is I won't tolerate being driven like that. So we will leave it at that. But no stirring the pot or anything else of that nature. We will leave it at that comment. So that's what we got to roll with here.
Yeah, well, the question that I've got is there's several drivers that could have made that particular comment.
Yeah, so it seems to be that Dover is retaliation city tonight.
Apparently so, man. I made a comment a little bit earlier while you were away checking on that boy, this is shaping up to be just like a big Bristol here tonight. So much in common. I mean, including the tempers flaring here.
Yep, and I mean, Thornton 1 lap down currently. Evan Janik, by the way, do have word. Evan Janik has packed it in for the day, as has Steptoe and Longworth. They have all three rather, loaded it on the truck. They are calling it a day. They will be 16th, 17th, and 18th respectively on the night. So tough night for our point leader as well as our in-season challenge point leader of Janik. That's going to throw a wrench into this whole deal here.
It is, and while we are at it, and since you mentioned that, I'm going to flash this up really quickly. Hopefully we can stay green long enough to take a quick look at this tournament. As we see Wilson, Janik, Salidas, Gilbert. Wow. Man, I think every one of those guys, the only one I don't remember mentioning is Lewis. Mercado's been in a shakeup, but I think he's still in here. He's currently running in 5th. Alex Pollock, he was one of the first casualties of the night, but he is still going. So he has picked up several spots just by continuing to make laps.
So as it stands currently, if I think Evan Janik may be safe because there's only 18 cars here tonight. So even with Janik being 16th, for Lewis to pass him, he would have to beat him by 20. I think it's 16, so it'd be 27 positions he would have to beat him by. So Janik should be very well locked in, but the bottom two there, Gilbert and I don't remember the other. They may be on Gilbert and Pollock may be out. And as it looks right now, Whiteman and Mercado are going to be in.
Yeah, it's going to be a definite shakeup. It's going to be a closer call here than what I thought it would be. But so that means then, even though Janik is still in there, odds are he's going to be number 3 or 4, I'm assuming, in the final four.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very, very close shakeup here. We do have more comments. Aaron Longworth said, is Frank Griffith still here? He says, I am. Checked on you in Clifton. Seems like a tough night. They're having a nice little conversation about the race. Everything going good. How's your mom and them? The usual. Tough break for Longworth. That is, of course, Longworth in the 88 there, 63 laps down. He has packed it in, and he has taken to our comment section. Nothing negative, just chit-chatting with the fans. Great man of the people there, Mr. Longworth, just chatting it up with Frank Griffith. He said, seems like all the SRA boys had a less than stellar evening, but not by their own hands. Yep. Sometimes that's the way she goes, boys, as we're back on the on-track action here. Chrisman, Whiteman, Wilson, your top 3, 83, 41, 93. And major battle right here for the 3rd spot. All 3 of these guys right up under each other's tailpipes here, going through 3 and 4. As the 2 leaders, Chrisman and Whiteman, just kind of stepping out. Oh, no.
What?
Frank Griffith said that Jason Steptoe refused to autograph his new shirt.
Oh, man. I don't know what to think about that, Chris.
Kyle Busch would even sign autographs. Man, does that mean Jason Steptoe's worse than Kyle Busch?
I don't know. We might have to follow up on that. Give everyone time to calm down and, kind of work the issues out. Give the drivers a little break here, a little decompression time.
Leadfoot TV After Dark.
Well, look at Lewis, man, into 33. Chris, like I was telling you earlier before, I don't remember his name being mentioned tonight, which in this particular case, tonight, that's a good thing. But he's sitting here running in 4th, putting some pressure on Mikado into 6th. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. I looked at the score tower wrong. Yeah. The 93 of Wilson, Mikado, and Lewis are putting pressure on the 93 of Wilson.
Tell you what, the Country Candles 200 was a great name for this race because they're going to burn this place down before this race is over. Dadgum, man.
They've been working on the walls, the cars, tippers flaring. I thought I saw somebody throw a punch down in the infield. I don't know.
Oh, man, as we're looking, Pollock a lap down currently, Volante about to go a lap down. Currently, Pollock sits in that lucky dog spot. Thornton does not.
Well, you got to hand it to Pollock. Now, that's using strategy, man. That's using your head right there. Just stay out of trouble, make laps the way this thing's been going tonight. You know, there's probably going to be a few more casualties before it's all said and done.
Oh, absolutely. As we see the 44 there of Gilbert is tagged onto the back of that lead pack. I mean, as it looks, he looks like he's in 6th, but he's actually sitting in 15th, 5 laps down. But he's tagged onto that top 5 right there, running right with him. Frank Griffith says, tempers may be flaring on the track, but no love for the fans, apparently. Oh, we do have some great fans here at the SoarDogg Cup Series, NSRLA. Always hanging out with us in the chat. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Keeps us entertained. We have these long green flag stretches, but tell you what, it's about to get western between the 3rd, 4th, and 5th here, Tracy.
I learned what getting western was last night, and it's starting to look like a similar situation here tonight.
93 in the wall at the end of the straightaway. Don't see that very often. But that 44 is on him tight, 5 laps down, really racing this lead lap car hard, putting pressure on right there. Hopefully not making him too nervous. But he is on him tight. Gonna not. I just gotta keep reminding myself I'm not driving the car.
Right.
I'm not driving the car. Yeah. Golly. Oh, I can't. We're seeing a lot of bad decisions tonight, Tracy. I will leave it at that. We are seeing a lot of bad decisions all over the racetrack.
In our opinion.
Yes,
Oh,
allegedly.
Yeah, I was just looking at Gilbert there.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
boy.
about to make a trip to Arby's.
That's right. Yep.
No, I guess. Oh, well, Gilbert's in the wall. Okay, I guess they already got the warning down from race control. Simmer down. They're kind of everybody's cool. Everybody's happy. As Gino Volante goes a lap down, and that will move Pollock out of that lucky dog spot. Thornton now 2 laps down, by the way, so well out of the lucky dog spot as well.
Yeah, they're starting to string out a little bit now. I think maybe some of the disagreements have been worked out. Maybe.
I sure hope so. And on top of that, we may have green flag pit stops starting up here soon, because there were quite a few guys at the end of stage 2 that did not pit. And I don't remember them pitting before the stage.
Yeah, I think Volante stayed out. I'm not 100% sure. Let's check. Yeah,
Yep.
last.
Yeah, he's about at the end, but he's already a lap down, so it's going to make it even worse on him here.
It sure is. He's hoping for a caution to come up real quick, because he just put 82 laps on this stint. So
how's our leader Chrisman looking on the last pit stop? 32, so he's pretty fresh here. He pitted at the end of stage 2.
Yeah.
So he's just got a long way that he can still go in this one. Volante's still the lucky dog, still trying to hang on, but as soon as he pits, it's going to be handed right back to Pollock here. But as spread out as these guys are, I do not see a caution in their futures. We see Gino Volante right there. Yeah, last pitted 83 laps ago. So based on our averages, he's got 1 lap of fuel left, if our math is correct. So we should see him on pit road either this lap or the next one, depending on how much he's been able to save.
Yeah, that's true.
But if I know Gino, he's probably coming right here.
Oh, man, Gino! Oh, my goodness. Well, thank goodness for a composite body.
I didn't want to say anything, but in my mind, I was like, wow, he sure is really high on the apron to be pitting right here.
And we see that a lot, too, in real life. You know, it's so hard to get woed down, man, because this pit, you know, the apron are pretty flat, and you're coming off these really steep banks. But, you know,
yeah,
I don't see any damage on the car. No kind of body damage anyway, but it still might have messed up a rear toe link or something.
Everything seems to be okay. Not sure how bad it was, but yeah, Dover is one of the toughest pit roads to get on because of the angle, the how drastic the flattening out on the apron is. But yeah, no damage. He's down the way. I don't know if that counts as a broadcaster curse, but I am going to give myself props because apparently I knew what I was talking about on math for once.
You did. You nailed it. Called it. Nostradamus here, man.
Nostradamus.
That's okay, man. You can be my crew chief any day. You're much better at this flipping stages, calculating who's on what lap, and that sort of thing than I am. So, yeah, by all means, whenever you want to bring your calculator with you, Come on, man. You can be my crew chief anytime.
Oh, let's see. That's going to put Gino back there currently 4 laps down and move Pollock back into the lead lap. Gino's still on the apron. Has not pulled back out. He's went a full lap on the apron here. Did he almost spin out coming out of the pits as well? Thought he went a full lap on the apron. I guess not.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't know if he was trying to maybe sped or something, but I'm not showing that he got a black flag.
He is still on the apron here. He is coming back onto pit road. That he must have had damage from that incident, and it just made the car undrivable. He's going to have to come back in and get it fixed. Most likely he opted to not fix it and see if he could handle the car. And once he pulled out, he realized it was worse than what he thought. That is my assumption here.
Well, that's a lot better than what I had. I thought he was coming back through pit road to pick up a few parts that he left back there.
Probably. Pollock now 2 laps down. So it's going to take 2 cautions for him to get back on the lead lap, but he is in the lucky dog position. Unfortunately, there's no other cars 1 lap down, but Beck will be a lap down soon as he is currently 5 seconds ahead of the leader. And our leader is 2.5 ahead of second currently. So Chrisman may pick up his first win of the season here. I don't want to jinx him too soon. We still got 55 to go, but man, he is checked out and put away the toys for this one.
Yeah, he sure has. I think the battle for seconds getting ready to heat up, though, as we see Mercado closing in on Whiteman. Lewis been running a good rate. I'm not going to say it. Let's just say Lewis is in 4th, and the 96 of Allen is in 5th.
Yep, definitely Lewis having the performance of the day out there. I couldn't resist. He's gonna kill. He's gonna kill me later.
Yeah, you better. Yeah. I was fixing to say, man, you better hope he wins this thing now.
For sure. We see the 41, Mercado and Whiteman going at it here. I knew we could get her in here eventually. I was trying to bait Miss Renee out of the popcorn section, and there she is. Don't jinx the 33.
Hey, I did my part. I almost gave him a compliment. I almost did, but I stopped.
Frank Graffett, where does the league inquire Leadfoot TV about broadcasting? That is a good question. Tracy, where would a league inquire about procuring the services of Leadfoot TV?
I would say talk to my manager, Chris Golden, right here. He's the guy that handles all the behind-the-scenes negotiations and whatnot.
Oh, it's 41.
41.
And the 6th hitting.
Yes. Interesting.
Never seen two guys fighting over pit road before.
No, they broke it. They broke this stage directly in half. Interesting. Yep. Very, very interesting.
But Frank, to answer your question, you can send me a message on Discord. You can message me here in the NSRLA Discord, as well as the Golden Racing League or the Leadfoot Racing League here in Discord. You can find any of those. Just shoot me a message. Or on Facebook at Chris Golden Racing, or TikTok at Golden Racing 19. You can send me a message to any of those social medias. I'm on those most of the time, and I'd be more than happy to sit down and discuss with you and see if we might be able to help your league out, because Leadfoot TV, I mean, we do what we do, man. I mean, you see what we do, and what we do is awesome.
Well, let's just say better than average. How about that? We don't want to get too big-headed here, man.
That's how I live my life. Better than average. Just ask my wife.
Well, I always tell everybody, by the time you take the good and bad with me, I do work out to be about average. So I have to do a lot of good stuff to make up for the bad.
Under promise, over deliver. That's how we roll.
And also, just would like to mention, you know, I do have the link to the Leadfoot Discord in there, if that'd make it easier on you.
For sure.
Hey, look at there, old Frank. Look, Chris, is that good enough? He said he'd pay $5.
Ooh. Throw in half a ham sandwich and we may be in business.
I got to have the other half.
Oh, man, after that pit cycle, a caution right now is going to be catastrophic because we got 2 cars on the lead lap, Tracy, and they got a lot of laps to go before they have to pit.
Yeah. Allen and Bittler, you know, they only got a little over 50 laps on their tires, and they can go another 30 laps.
Frank said, which half?
Cut it diagonally.
Yeah, we'll triangle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bittler and Allen. Tell you what, man, if a caution comes out right now, these boys lucked into one for sure because they're going to be, I mean, Whiteman technically is the lucky dog, but them 2 boys right there are going to be the lucky dogs if the caution comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, you're guaranteed a podium with only 3 cars on the lead lap. Oh, as the 41 Whiteman hard into the wall. Dadgummit, that wall has been unforgiving to these guys today.
It sure has. Chris, the only thing I would say is Allen and Bittler both would have to pit under caution. So the field would essentially pass them on pit road. So they would restart at the back of the pack. And all the cars would be at the end of the lead lap. Right, but then they get a wave around.
Yeah, if Allen and Bittler would have to pit, and all the other cars would get a wave around, so all the cars 1 lap down would then be back on the lead lap, but they would be behind your leaders of Allen and Bittler. So the wave around cars would start tail end of the field.
Oh, yes. Huh. Well,
But
man, we might have to start talking good about somebody then, just so we can see this work in action and see how it plays out.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking through the field here. I'm sure a couple guys have lost lots and lots of laps since the last time we talked about them. Pollock was our lucky dog before that pit cycle, and he's sitting 11 laps down now, as is Thornton. Yeah, Pollock there in the pits. Love that pit sign, by the way. But Salidas 10 laps down. My pit sign is actually Little Tracy. 100% Little Tracy.
Yeah, one of these days I'll have to put the graphic up here so everybody can know what you're referencing there.
It's not the Little Tracy that you see some places.
New leader.
Bittler.
Chris.
Bittler's getting him some lead laps. The old magic mullet picking him up, putting him down. Running 24/7s. But the other leaders were running 24/0s. He's still a little off pace here. So the question is, how long is he going to try to push this thing? Because if he pits now, he's already been out there too long. So if he pits now, he's going to be a sitting duck. So his only hope is to grab a caution, but he's going to have to come to pit road here. He can't wait any longer. He may have already waited too long, as Whiteman, Crispin, and Mercado already get their laps back. So he's going to have to get out of here quick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think he's going to have to take tires too.
I think so too. And now, heck, I mean, like I said, Whiteman, Crispin, and Mercado already unlapped themselves before Bittler dove on pit road. So yeah, it's definitely, they're going to come out. They're going to put him not a lap down yet, but he may be a lap down by the end of this cycle for sure. But as it stands, we only have 8 cars on the lead lap. But it should cycle out here for Whiteman to be your leader when it's all said and done.
Yep.
As he's right behind the 70 of McComas in 8th right now. So he will be putting McComas a lap down. As you can see there, Bittler goes a lap down. He's down there on the apron coming out of pit road. That will drop Bittler to at least 9th, maybe 10th.
Yeah, I'm showing him in 10th.
Gotcha. So you will be tail end of the 1 lap down cars. Frank said crust or no crust. Depends on if it's toast or if it's bread.
I'm a crust guy myself. Or I can go either way. You know, I'm not opposed. I've just never had anyone trim the crust for me. So that'd be nice. That'd be a first.
Yeah. See, I don't know what it's actually called. My grandpa used to make this for me when I was a kid, and I've made it a few times for my son and my wife. When I was little, he called it a funny egg. He would always make it for me for breakfast. I don't know what it's actually called, but you take a piece of bread and you cut a hole in the center of it, and you remove a center section, a little round center section, leaving the outside surrounded with bread. And you put it in a frying pan and crack an egg into the frying pan, and you fry the egg inside the bread, and then you essentially stack it up and eat eggs and toast. That was what I wanted every morning for breakfast, and I don't know what it was actually called, and I don't know if he came up with it or something else. Yes, Renee, egg in a hole. Yeah, I called it. I was from East Texas. It was just a funny egg because it had toast around it, so it was funny. But yeah, egg in a hole. But yeah, it was. You gotta try it one of these days, Tracy. Just try it. Just remember, you're gonna wake up one morning and be like, you know what? What do I want for breakfast? Like, you know what? I'm gonna try that weird thing that Chris told me to try, and it's gonna change your life.
That must. Do you put any mayonnaise on it or anything?
Man, I'll tell you what. When you fry the egg, it depends on how you fry it. I would fry mine a little firmer, so that it wasn't quite runny in the middle, and I would put syrup on it, like pancakes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember one time I got my dad to cook me an egg for an egg sandwich. Instead of Mom, she was already going to work. Dad was there during a rainy day. So Daddy cooked me one. I bit in that sandwich, egg yolk went everywhere. I almost heaved. That's the only way he knew how to cook an egg, was running.
So this one's like an egg sandwich, just with extra steps.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And you eat it with a fork instead of your hands.
Well, I may have to give that a try.
That and something that you wouldn't think would be appetizing, that I have loved since I was a little kid: spinach and eggs. Yeah. See, I don't think of spinach when you say breakfast. I don't think of spinach, but if you will take half a can of spinach, just canned spinach, simple Popeye canned spinach, take half a can, put it in a frying pan, and then crack 4 eggs into it. It's essentially a deconstructed spinach omelet, and it is amazing. You essentially scramble the egg with the spinach. You scramble it so it mixes all together, and then sprinkle a little bit of cheddar cheese on top. Oh, chef's kiss. It is unreal.
And that concludes the Martha Stewart session of the broadcast.
Session of the broadcast tonight.
Because you know what's getting ready to happen, right, Chris?
Oh yeah, our favorite time of the race. We got 2 laps though. Can't jump the gun.
Well,
it's all about timing.
I missed it a time or two, so I wanted to be prepared. But
we have 6 cars on the lead lap: Whiteman, Chrisman, Mercado, Lewis, Bieber, Wilson, and Wilson's about to be a lap down in 0.2 of a second.
Attrition has taken its toll tonight. And
cruising. There it is. That's what we like to see. 25 to go. Downtown Auto Sales. Time to dig here at Dover, as our leader is about to put another one a lap down. After this, we will only have 5 cars on the lead lap. Whiteman, Crispin, Mercado, Lewis, Bieber will be your lead lap cars, as the 93 of Wilson is about to go a lap down. You can see the leader right on his tail there. 1, 2, and 3 all right on his tail, but he is going to cause a jumble here and probably cause a battle for the lead.
Ooh.
As the leader gives him the bumper and says, hey, we are fighting for the lead here. Get out of the way.
I'm not sure if Wilson understands what he's talking about.
Yeah, because he's parking the car right in front of our leader every lap.
I was fixing to say there that Whiteman may have to state his case a little bit more emphatically.
Yeah.
And I think it's getting ready to be coming up here soon.
Well, between you and me, Tracy, and our fans out there, he should, because doing that with the leader is a real bonehead move.
Yeah, that's... I'm not sure what kind of beef he may have had earlier on in the race, but, you know, all things being equal, that's kind of... It's bad sportsmanship, bad racecraft, in my opinion. No, I could be wrong.
Yeah, allegedly.
As we see now, Crispin takes the lead because of that.
Yeah, he cost Whiteman the lead. I'm glad I'm not race control. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. I am very opinionated, but I am on a broadcast, so I cannot, in good conscience, share my opinion. But I'm sure there will be repercussions for that if I know the guys in this league as well as I think we do. Because that was, I mean, there's not really, I guess you could say there's not really a law against it, but it's kind of an unwritten gentleman's agreement that you don't race like a turd.
I'll agree with that. But the only other thing that I will say is, Chris, we don't know the full story. What may have happened earlier on in the race. It might have been a case of tossing a turd back and forth.
Could be. But as things go, Whiteman here in P3, we're going to get to ask him about that if things stay the way they are. And well, it definitely worked out in his favor, as the other guy who may have had a little bit of beef is now a lap down. And Crispin kind of checking out here. Crispin and Mercado. Crispin and Mercado 3/10 apart. Whiteman back 2 seconds now.
How about that recovery by Mercado?
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to get into that. He is back up here, P2. Crispin, Mercado, Whiteman, Lewis still in fourth, and then Bieber is about 4 seconds from being a lap down. So we're going to have 4 cars left on the lead lap. But I'll tell you what, Lewis has really been impressive today. I mean, still P4 right there. And that's the thing, is we have not talked about him much today at all. And in today's race, that's a really good thing. The fact that we have not said your name all race is a very, very good thing here for Dustin Lewis.
It is, yes. Mm-hmm. Although I do see he's got a little bit of right front damage there now.
Yeah, but in this race, who doesn't have right front damage? Because every one of these guys have bounced this thing off the wall a few times like they were playing tennis with themselves.
Oh, man, the battle for the lead is heating up.
It really is. We're getting close to 10 to go. Mercado is on that bumper, Tracy. He's trying to go high, trying to get up there around him.
He realized, realized it was time to dig.
he's running Crispin's line. He tried to go in high and dive off that corner coming out.
Oh no!
Black Diamond Designs yellow flag as the leaders get together. And that's going to put the 96 of Allen back on the lead lap. Wilson fallen back behind the 96 of Allen will not be the lucky dog as it appears currently. 96 of Allen looks like he'll be the lucky dog. Trying to side draft there and just got too close and it just pulled them together. Oh, a little bit of a misjudge there for Jose. Just, you hate that. And the leaders go around. And the lap car there, the 25 of Thornton, 25 laps down, out there just trying to make laps at this point. Squeezing through this one. Doing a little tiptoeing through the tulips. Trying to scoot on by before they come back up.
Yeah, if there's any good news in that for Chrisman,
not a lot of damage.
Not a lot of damage, and I believe he's still going to be in third place, maybe? Third or fourth. Oh, as Mercado comes down on pit road.
As does the 41 of Whiteman. But remember, there's only 5 cars on the lead lap here.
Yes. Yes, you're right. You are correct.
But it looks like everyone else may have stayed out. If everyone else stayed out, there will not be a wave around. But if the lead lap car is pitted, then everyone else is going to get a wave around, and we're going to have 10 cars on the lead lap.
And let's see, the 83. Okay, so he's going to be able to choose. He will have a shot to line up right behind Mercado, depending on what the other two guys do. The 41 and 33.
Lewis, Bieber, Allen, Wilson, McComas, and Beck now all have a shot at this thing because they're all back on the lead lap. This right here throws a big old wrench into this thing. We thought we had a 4-car race. Now we got a 10-car race with less than 10 to go.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting here. You know how hard these guys go after stage points. 10 laps to go for the victory, for the checkered flag.
Yeah.
If you got any car left, you know, if there's anything left after tonight's race, it's going to be pedal to the metal.
Lights are out. We are about to see some fireworks here, Tracy, as the Mercado, Whiteman, Lewis, Chrisman, Bieber, Allen, Wilson, McComas, and Beck. 9 cars on the lead lap. And one guy that I guarantee you is wanting to see these cars wad up, Bittler, sitting in P10 right now, the only car 1 lap down, guaranteed lucky dog if he doesn't get involved in the accident. And he wants to see these guys wad up really bad in this first corner.
I would be surprised if he doesn't get his wish, to be honest with you.
It's looking pretty tight. They're definitely getting ready to go, but there's the SoarDogg green flag. 96
man.
around. Bittler dodges him.
41.
Bittler, 41-33. Bittler dodges the wreck. That should give Bittler the lucky dog as we are back out. Oh, no. Bittler does get turned. Lots of right front damage. No lucky dog for the 13. Black Diamond Designs yellow flag. Wow.
I thought Lewis's night may be done. He was kind of worrying me there about restarting the car. Has a little splitter separation on her right front now.
I didn't do it that time, Miss Renee, just so you know, before you come after me. It wasn't us this time. We specifically did not talk about him on the restart for a reason. I know. I can feel your fingers on the keyboard already. Don't do it. You love us. You know you do. Oh, man. Whoa. Yeah, let's run it back and take a look at this thing here.
I'm not real sure where this started at. See if we can get a pretty good shot here.
All right, so 41 gets scored at 41 on the outside wall, 96 around. Bieber into the outside wall. Everyone else able to avoid so far. 96, Bieber in the wall, 96 by Bittler. So everybody, the 33
Oh,
goes
and-
around at the flag stand.
So essentially, 3 separate cars end up spinning their tires on this restart.
All at different times. The 41, then the 96, and then further down the track, the 33. And does Bieber get through? No damage there for
Yes.
Bieber. But let's
No
look back
damage
at
for Lewis.
Bittler. Bittler looked like he might have got the old Arca brakes there from a couple cars behind him after he went to avoid the 96. Bittler gets by with no damage. And the 70 spins the
70.
tires.
Oh, the 70 spun trying to dodge the wreck and lost it and collected Bittler.
And the 96 after he got spun himself with no damage. Wow. 1, 2, 4 different cars spin the tires all at different sections of the restart. The 70 spins his tires there. Wow. Just wow, Tracy. That's all I've got.
Man, these
What?
guys are racing on ice or something apparently.
Oh man, I don't know. Mercado, Chrisman, Whiteman, Bieber, Beck, Lewis, Wilson, Allen, McComas all in the lead lap. Bittler still 1 lap down. We're going green again. We're going to go green with 5 to go. Miss Renee says, I know. I was staying quiet too, but that didn't help. Well, if it happens again and Bittler gets through it, he's back on the lead lap, so we'll see if he can make it through the next one. Golly, man. Unlimited green-white checkers, mind you. Don't forget that if it gets down to that, it's unlimited green-white checkers. Pace truck is off. Mercado and Chrisman lead them down. Coming into the restart zone here. Mercado goes early in the zone. He is off 83. Woo! Chrisman gets a little squirrely there on the throttle again. Mercado
Yeah.
half second lead already.
Yeah, it'll definitely look like there were some guys rolling into the throttle there, and I can't blame them not one bit.
Yeah, for sure. Mercado with a big jump here. Everybody just jockeying for position, trying to fall in line, for being 100% honest here, probably just trying to get to the end of this thing. Don't want to see a green-white checker, but I am showing Mercado, Crispin, Whiteman, Bieber, Lewis, Wilson, the 93, back up to 6th. Beck in the 7, Allen and McComas in 9th. 7th, 8th, and 9th back there, just kind of cruising. They're all single file. Looks like this may be how they finish, barring some unforeseen incident, which we may see here between the 41 and the 23. Bieber and Whiteman battling for 3rd, looking for that podium. We know how much these guys love to come and talk to us, and they are fighting over that spot right now with the 33 and the 93 back there lurking, waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake as we come down to 2 to go. 93 hard into the wall. 23 just a little kiss on the outside wall there. Bieber, Whiteman going at it. Lewis looking for an opportunity to set both of these guys up. Might get a 2-for-1 here, and he's going for it. Oh, he gets tight, runs Whiteman up the track. Bieber gets away. Whiteman bounces it off the wall. Lewis dives down underneath. White flag here, sponsored by SoarDogg. Rolling right along Mercado, all but has this one in the bag. Aggressive lane changes back here for P4, but Mercado, Crispin, and Bieber, your top 3 currently as they run. Mercado takes the win. Crispin 2nd. Bieber will be 3rd. Lewis 4th. Whiteman 5th. Wilson 6th. Beck 7th. Those are your lead lap finishers. Coming in 8th, 9th, and 10th, McComas, Bittler with a top 10, and Allen in 10th. We'll go ahead and run down the rest of your finishing order here real quick. You can see it right there on your screen. Mercado, your winner again. Crispin and Bieber rounding out your podium. Dustin Lewis salvages another top 5, running in 4th. Brock Whiteman goes 12th to 5th. Isaac Wilson 6th. Dale Beck 7th. Stephen McComas 8th. Ryan Bittler 9th. Andrew Allen in 10th. So as I'm looking here, that may put Whiteman as the lucky dog. Or sorry, the hard charger for the night, rather.
Sorry, Chris, had to take a break on the results there. Always love a good smoke show, man. So whenever I get one, I got to put it on film, as they used to say.
I agree with that 100%.
Well-deserved victory, too.
I believe that may be Jose Mercado's first win of the season. He's been on the podium a lot, but I think that might be his first win here with us.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Jose Mercado getting the monkey off his back. Just talked about it last week. Said, I hope to talk to you guys again next week, and hopefully it might actually be a win. Sealed it up this week. Got the monkey off the back and some solid points this week, especially for that in-season challenge. As we go back to our running or our finishing order here again, 11th, Travis Gilbert, Alex Pollock 12th, Gino Volante 13th, Joshua Thornton, Jerry Salidas, Evan Janik with some tough luck tonight. Your point leader, Janik, finishing 16th after starting on the pole. Jason Steptoe, Samuel Longworth, and MJ Palmer round out your field of tough luck stars tonight.
Whew.
Oh, good old Miles the Monster, bringing out the monster in a lot of these guys tonight, Tracy.
I think you're right, man. I was just fixing to say I'm going to have to take a minute to catch my breath here, man, so we can perhaps talk to our podium finishers here. That was exciting. Yeah, if nothing else, with everything that happened, you got to admit tonight was exciting.
Absolutely, 100%. Let's let everybody go ahead and catch their breath here real quick, Tracy. We're going to take a short break, gather up our top 3 podium finishers from Mercado, Chrisman, and Bieber, and we will be right back with your post-race show, Leadfoot TV. Well, welcome back to Leadfoot TV and the SoarDogg Cup Series, NSRLA from the Monster Mile Dover. And as we mentioned before the break, old Miles the Monster definitely brought a lot of monsters out of our drivers tonight. We are here with a few of our finishers. We're missing one from our podium, but we brought in a couple other guys. Tracy Brown has caught up with them. We're going to get a couple words here.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Chris. Yeah, I'm standing here with Brock Whiteman out of Chicago, Illinois for Maverick Motorsports in the number 41 car. Had a great run tonight. Actually ran up front most of the night from what I remember. But just looking right now at the car, Brock, I see a few scrapes, couple of dents, what have you nots there. Briefly, kind of describe how your night went from your perspective.
Yeah, it was fine. I was really happy that we were able to actually find some speed in practice, and we were, I think, top of the charts for a little bit, and then of course, Evan Janik comes in and just kind of blows us out of the water. So, but I kind of knew that, once again we had a car to be up at the front, and we started 12, so I tried to work my way to the front. We got really lucky with the that quick caution after going into I think stage 2. We were able to kind of cycle to the front and start second, and then just kind of follow Josh there for most of the last half of the race, really. So I was happy with that. I was happy to lead, I think 37, 38 laps, something like that. So just really happy with the way that the night went, and obviously I think we had a car to finish first or second behind Josh, but just keep running into some people, and eventually we'll thin them out, and hopefully they'll start to race with a little bit more respect. But we'll keep pushing. We won't be here next week, so I think maybe getting knocked out of the in-season challenge isn't that big of a problem. But we'll be ready to go in 2 weeks, and hopefully the car will be repaired by then.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Brock. Before I let you go, man, by all means, thank sponsors or anyone else who helped you get here tonight.
Oh yeah, Wingstop on the car tonight. Really good looking paint scheme. My favorite color is green, so really happy to have them on the car. Constellation, Costco, Red Bull as well. Thanks to the boys who were watching me stream in Discord, and they were watching your guys' live stream here. Drew, Alex, Ryan, you guys are the best. Thanks for all the support and tuning in every week to watch me try and win these things, but ultimately just come up a little bit short. So just thanks to everybody for watching, and obviously thanks to you guys for putting this on. It's great.
All right, there you have it from Brock Whiteman, our 5th place finisher tonight. And now I'm gonna step over just through a couple of cars here, and I've got Dustin Lewis from Waycross, Georgia, with Black Diamond Motorsports in a number 33 Ford Mustang. Dustin Lewis, how you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing a lot better after a 4th place finish, that's for sure.
Well, I tell you, I was just going to comment, even though you got 4th, it does look like you sustained more damage than the 5th place finisher, Brock Wyman. So it looks like your car could tell many different stories of how the race went tonight. But just from your perspective, how do you feel like it went? Obviously, you got to finish top 4. You got to be happy with the way everything went.
Yeah, the end result is ultimately what sums up our night. We started off in practice and we just had nothing. We were in 14th most of the practice session, and then we started slowly finding bits of speed through the corners, and that's where we were losing a lot of our time. We ended up coming out of the first practice session in 7th. Then we qualified 5th for the race, and then it was just trying to maintain that position all the way to the end. The one thing that we did get from practice, just from what we could hear in the garage area, was our tire wear wasn't as bad as everybody else. By the end of a 50-lap stint, we were still, more than half of the rubber was still on the tire, and everybody else was already dipping into the 40s and the 30s, and we were like, okay, well, let's roll with that, and let's see if we can't outpace them in the long run. And the first stage and the second stage, that's kind of where it was trending. It's just the cautions fell kind of bad for us to really flex that muscle a little bit.
Hmm.
But some of those scrapes come from contact with the wall, contact with other cars. I know I grazed Joshua Thornton. He bounced off the wall, and I tried to miss him. It's just I caught his left rear corner panel just a little bit, and that might be where that right front damage was coming from. But it didn't really bother the race car all that much. It didn't drive too different from what had been felt earlier in the race. I will say
Well,
this, even though I mean I'm still proud of the fourth place finish, but I think it could have been a little bit better had that second to last restart gone a little bit better.
well, and I can't remember now if it was second to last or the final restart there, but it looked like to me you were kind of, some guys spun their tires, you kind of swerved to miss them, but then when you do get on the accelerator, it's like your tires start spinning and you kind of lose control. Is that what happened? What I just described?
Yeah, well, yes and no. It was a combination of me steering the car out of the way and just over when we went down the banking on the straightaway and I went to turn back up, it just unloaded the right front tire and it just the momentum carried me right back around. It just looped the car. So I had the right idea of what I was wanting to do. It just the car was like, no, that we can't do that right now.
I got you, man. Well, I mean, I'm looking at your car right now, even with the dents in the right front there. It looks like it might would actually give you a little spoiler action there on that right front. But you didn't have that damage long enough to take advantage of it tonight. But is there anything else that you feel like you could have done tonight? I mean, would pit strategy, could you change that up any to hopefully play back into your favor somewhat?
I think we had the strategy to maybe get a podium or even a win. We on that second to last caution, right as we were coming to 10 to go, we took two tires, and I felt like that would have been enough to get us in the right position. And unfortunately, just a sequence of events just kind of kept us from being able to execute that plan the way we needed to. Pit strategy was fine, just everything else fell apart for us.
I got you. Well, you still finished fourth, and after the night went, there would be awful lot of people here that would love to be finishing right where you did. So anyway, Dustin, congratulations again, man, and by all means, thank any sponsors or anyone who helped you get here tonight.
Thank my parents obviously for supporting it. I know you said that my mom Renee is watching, so thank them for tuning into you guys and supporting you guys and supporting me and what I do. Thank the Lord for giving us another great day out on the racetrack. Thank Black Diamond Designs, Alex Pollock, all of my teammates. I know Travis, Evan, Alex, they struggled all night long, but without them, we would not be anywhere near the front because they have so much good information.
Well, before I go, I'm glad you mentioned your mom, Renee. Yeah, she was in here in the chat with us, and it's always good to see from her. Want to give her a shout out, and I also like to mention to you that me and Chris have somewhat of a broadcaster jinx, and you were doing so good tonight that I would not even compliment you, but I want you to understand why. And so anyway, I might have saved you from a wreck or two just by not complimenting you. Just want to throw that out there before we go.
I appreciate you not cursing me. That's awful nice of you.
Okay, alrighty. Well, I appreciate you talking with us here tonight, Dustin. All right, so I'm gonna throw it back up or over to Chris Golden. Chris, who you got standing with you there, buddy?
Oh, I have got Justin's better singing cousin, Travis Bieber, here in the 23 from Ole, Pennsylvania, Renegade Racing, and our third place finish tonight. Travis, kind of walk us through it, man. I mean, you were kind of all over the place, back to front, front to back, working all through this field. Kind of give us the rundown.
Yeah. I would say, driver wasn't very good tonight. Crew was pretty good. I don't know. I think I was fourth or fifth when we had a yellow near the end of stage one. So I pitted and thought, I'll get myself up in the front here for stage two, kind of give up the stage points, and went back green, and they crashed in front of us and got damage, and the strategy went out the window. So battled back from that, and then I think I was passing for third or fourth, got myself into a nice spot, started I think at that point Evan was lapped. Figured I had a decent chance to make some ground up and have a chance to win, and looped it myself on the front stretch, stuffed the nose in the wall, and had 6 minutes of damage, and basically still had that damage at the end of the night. And somehow I'm sitting here talking to you guys, so I'm still a little confused how I ended up third, but I'm not going to complain.
Oh, Travis, you're not the only one, buddy. We're all confused at this point by the end of this one. That was, man, that was something. What's one thing from tonight that really sticks out in your mind that you think you will never forget?
I blew a tire also. That was the first time, it was yelling at me about my tire wear, and I thought I'm just gonna keep plugging away. The Chad Canals doesn't know what he's talking about, right? I'm just gonna keep going. And next thing you know, I'm in the wall with a meatball, and I was like, oh, I hit the wall. I got damage. I hit the wall. Came into the pits. They put 4 tires on, and the meatball went away. And I thought, oh, well, I guess he did know what I was talking about. I was burning it too hard. So, I mean, that was part of it there too with the damage. I kind of just slowed my pace the last 50 laps, and some of those guys dropped off, and I think I was going to finish fifth without that last yellow. And that was all just pace. I mean, you guys just had Dustin in here. He was talking about the tire wear and everything else. Dover's tire wear. You got to manage the tires if you want to be there at the end. So that's the biggest thing. So
Gotcha, for sure. Well, you were able to do it. I mean, coming away with P3, you must have been doing something right for sure. Who do you have to thank for this performance other than your undeniable talent for finishing podium in these things?
yeah. I mean, I'd probably thank my pit crew first. Those guys were the ones keeping me out on the track after I made mistake after mistake after mistake tonight. But outside of that, I really appreciate you guys putting the broadcast on. I'll be excited to go back and check it out later tonight or tomorrow. And I want to thank SoarDogg and Alex and everything they do to put this league on for us to get out here tonight and race. So I think we had a pretty good race tonight. It'd be nice to see a little more respect from everybody out on the track. But I know Alex and the guys will take care of that, and we won't have to worry about that going forward. So.
Heck yeah, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you in here, and we will see you next week.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Yep. Now, moving on to Victory Lane. Luckily, we caught up to Travis right outside of Victory Lane, so I don't have to run very far because I'm fat anyway, and I wouldn't run. I would just walk. But we have our winner, Mr. Podium himself, finally getting the monkey off his back. He's not third. He's not second. Your winner tonight, Jose Mercado, in that beautiful Valvoline 6 that we have come to love and get to talk to so much out of Kissimmee, Florida, and Barry Performance. Jose, talk us through it, man.
Man, first of all, I want to take the time to apologize to the 83. I misjudged the side draft. I didn't want to win it that way. My apologies to him. But other than that, man, I think I will have to watch the replay again, but I think I was the only one downshifting to fourth gear, saving the tire, making sure that I can go hard like the last 20, 15 laps. He worked on stage one. I saved the tire and was able to get the stage win there when Yannick spun the tires on the restart. Stage two didn't go as well, but still finished top five in the stage. And it was all about saving the tire, saving the tire, saving the tire. There was nothing else on the track. Right from wears out really quickly. So that's why I was just in the fourth gear. I don't know if you guys noticed, but every time I get to about, 18 to 15 laps on the fuel run or before I was going to pit, I would start going to the high line and start running that high line. It gives you a big run. And you're able to pass a lot of cars because they don't like to use that high side. So that was pretty much it. Saving the tire and using the high line towards the end.
So yeah, basically to sum it up, being a crew chief behind the wheel essentially is what you're telling us got you that win tonight. If I'm picking up what you're putting down the right way, but man, dude, heck of a drive, heck of a strategy. Like you said, it worked out there in the second stage, and man, who do you have to thank for this performance? We've heard from them before, but like we said already, you're not third, you're not second. You got to win this time, buddy. This is your time. Use your time.
Yeah, I appreciate all the sponsors for the league. I appreciate Alex putting everything together. You guys up there in the booth, coming in every week and doing a hell of a job on the broadcast. Want to thank GTR Motorsports, Berry Performance, and Instant Oil Change, Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Again, great racing out there. And finally got that W over Janik. I didn't beat him on track because he had a lot of damage, but finally got a win on him. Got to take him how I can get him.
For sure. Dude, last thing I got to ask, how did that first burnout of the season feel just now? Because it looked pretty dang good.
I felt like a lot of weight came off my back. I came in the league, I don't know, like the day after I came in the league, Andy Berry offered me a spot on Berry Performance. There's not a lot of guys running in the Cup Series for them. So I felt the pressure of getting them the W and being up there in the points. Big weight off my back. We'll just try to keep bringing some more checker flags for the rest of the season.
For sure. And that actually brings me to my final question here, Jose, with Berry Performance. If I'm not mistaken, I think you're the only car in the SoarDogg Cup Series for Berry Performance. How much pressure does that actually put on you, being a single car team, and how hard does that make it for you?
It makes it hard being out there with no teammates. Obviously, it doesn't really matter on the other tracks, but on the place tracks, at least not having any teammates, it makes it a lot harder than having 2-3 teammates out there. But just big pressure is trying to represent for the team and getting them some checker flags and some good point days, and just an appreciation for them signing me up. So I appreciate Andy, and like I said, thank you for giving me the opportunity. And we got the first checker flag in the Cup Series. I don't know if they had a win before. Probably they did. Well, we're here now.
For sure. Definitely the first of many for you this season. We do know that. And man, it's always a pleasure. And we will see you next week, Jose, man. We'll probably see you right back in here again too, at least in the podium somewhere, hopefully in first again.
Yeah, hopefully I can get another chair next to Janik there. I'm starting to be up here with him a lot, so I might
Right.
I might send a chair up there that way so I can sit next to him. At least I'll pay for the chair myself. He had the sponsors pay for it. I'll pay for my chair just so I can sit there next to him.
Yeah, you keep closing up that point lead, and you may be able to take his chair pretty soon.
I wish. Hopefully, let's see. Guy's fast. The guy is really fast. So
for sure, absolutely. Everybody, your winner tonight, Jose Mercado. Jose, go celebrate. Oh, Tracy, final thoughts on this one, and of course, your nominee for the Heck Yeah moment of the race.
Oh man, you put me on the spot there. I know this is going to sound pretty obvious here, but got to give it to Jose Mercado here in the number 6 car. He was involved in an early accident, got spun around, and more or less worked his way all the way back through the field and came out the other end of the field with a pretty doggone clean car there. If it hadn't been for that one little incident when with Chrisman there at the end, I think is who it was, or maybe it was Whiteman, I can't remember now, but anyway, had a superb night. Just a couple little dings there, but compared to the other drivers there, it was a pretty good finish.
Yeah, I have to go with Jose as well. Probably the Heck Yeah moment of the race was his recovery from getting spun early on in the race to not only winning the race, but coming back and winning that stage. I mean, he won stage 2 and the race. So not just recovering from a spin, but recovering and coming back and being dominant with the stage stage 2 and the end of race victory. So definitely the number 6's recovery is going to be our Heck Yeah moment of the race tonight, presented by SoarDogg. Oh, final thoughts on this whole shenanigan here, Tracy?
Well, I tell you, Chris, I think some tempers obviously flared tonight. I think some guys lost some discipline behind the wheel. Um, but, it's hard for me to say who did what to whom. So some of the actions may have been somewhat justified. I always kind of shy away from retaliatory things, especially here in a simulated world. But I can understand it. I've felt that way before. But man, it was just, I think you mentioned off air that from a broadcaster's point of view, I mean, it was exciting. Gave us an awful lot to talk about, and it's much better than just having everybody string out. Which this track is certainly known to do. It's not really known to put on exciting races, but just like we were talking about before the race started, this track right here is a beast, man, and it's tough on man, driver and machine, and it certainly came to fruition tonight. It showed in all the body damage all the way through the field here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Miles wasn't the only monster tonight, and my final thoughts will be just this: very simply, I cannot wait to see the penalty report from this race next week. There's probably going to be a lot of them if I know these guys. They run a pretty tight ship around here, and I can't speak for them by any means, but I'm willing to bet that the powers that be here in the NSRLA will be handing down some penalties for this one. But I'm curious to see that list. But Tracy, still a heck of a show tonight. Like you said, really great show. These guys always put on a good show, and we love bringing that show to you right here on Leadfoot TV. Next week, Tracy, where are we headed? Charlotte, I believe.
Oh my goodness, yes we are. I'm glad you mentioned that. Bring up the schedule here. Yes, May the 19th, we will be at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm not sure who's going to be sponsoring it or how many laps it is, but that's where we're going to be headed.
That's also the championship for the mid-season challenge. So after tonight, the list will be cut down to the final four. Those four will be going into Charlotte. Not sure this is not real-time list here. Just so everyone's not aware. This is not post Dover. This is before Dover. So we will see who ends up as the final four. Definitely going to be some changes. Dustin Lewis may be replacing Travis Gilbert here, as well as Mercado replacing Solitis. That's a possibility, but we won't know until next week at Charlotte who shows up to be that final four, and then who comes away as the in-season champion out of that final four. But for the SoarDogg Cup Series, NSRLA, Country Candles, our amazing sponsor of tonight's event, the Country Candles 200, and all of our winners, all of our competitors, and all of our fans, I'm your lead announcer, part-time ARCA Menard Series driver Chris Golden, alongside my color analyst and producer Tracy Brown, pushing all the buttons and giving in the extra details. Y'all have a good one. Right here on Leadfoot TV. We will see you next week at Charlotte. Stay golden.